Memorial Day show. My first guest. I'm very excited about my guest tonight, Jeff. Very excited
amazing.
indeed.
This is wonderful, yes.
Very talented young actress. Her movie, The Fault in Our Stars, is in theaters June the 6th. June the 6th. The very exciting Shailene Woodley, everybody. Shailene Woodley. Hey, girl, you look great. Wow, look at those shoes.
They're pretty intense, right?
Right. Is that some kind of fluorescent rattlesnake thing?
I don't know. I mean, it looks like it. It's like a painted, I don't know.
It's very, very good.
Ah.
Well done. You look great, and I like the way you sit in a chair like that to get the
like
job done.
Like a proper lady,
That's
you know.
right.
You know what I'm talking about.
Where are you from originally?
I'm from here.
Where part? In California?
From right outside of LA. I grew up
Thurlock?
How'd you know?
No, you can't be.
Simi Valley.
Simi Valley?
Yeah.
Do you ever hear a lot of little airplanes flying around?
No.
Have
you been there?
Yeah, because Simi Valley practice area is where everyone learns to fly in California.
Is that right?
Like when you learn to fly a little airplane, you go to the Simi Valley practice area.
No way.
Yeah, and everybody flies around the little planes and like, it's great.
So that's why there's so many plane crashes around where I grew up.
Yeah, kind of. Were there?
No.
Well, okay, so have you ever flown a plane?
But I would like to.
Yeah, I think you'd be good at it.
It'd be fun.
Yeah, because you go like that. You've got a kind of determined look about you.
I kind of want to learn how to fly a plane just in case I'm ever in a plane and something goes wrong. I could be like, yo, buddy, hit this button, hit that button. Like, we got this. You know, like, it's always good when
I wouldn't get in a plane unless the guy in the plane knew what buttons to press.
But don't you feel like sometimes, like, you just want to, you know, like, it's like backseat driver kind of thing. Like,
Yeah,
where you're like, oh, you know, I can help you out.
No, I tell you, the only reason I learned to fly is because I was frightened of it. And then I thought, well, if I learn to fly, maybe I won't be frightened of it. And now I'm not frightened of it as long as I'm flying the plane.
But if somebody else is...
Someone else is flying it, I'm like, hey, buddy, press that button, press that button. They're like, I got it.
It's a serious control problem.
I have. Do you have a control issue?
I mean, maybe.
Let's do some therapy. All right.
All right.
Okay.
You know, my parents are therapists, so...
Your parents are therapists?
They are.
Do you know psychotherapists?
My dad was a school principal. Now he's a family therapist.
Right.
And my mom's a middle school counselor.
Wow, that's weird because therapists usually, to my mind, always have the craziest kids.
The craziest kids?
Yeah.
I know. Well, I mean, we just met, so...
Yeah, but you got that kind of look in your eye. You got a kind of crazy and you got that kind of thing. Like, yeah, and then you got your rattlesnake shoes. I know crazy when I see it. You think I never met a crazy woman before? You are wrong, sister girl.
Look how much fun you have.
I have fun here.
So amazing.
Gotta have fun when you're doing your job.
Gotta have fun.
Yeah,
man.
do you have fun when you're doing your job?
So much fun.
Especially like this movie you've just done. It's very sad.
It's very sad.
Very sad.
But it's also very hopeful.
Yeah, but it's got sad themes.
It does have sad themes.
Sad themes.
There's sad themes in real life.
Yeah, no. But what I'm saying is that when you do a movie like that, though, whenever I've done anything that's very serious, there's a lot of giggling when you're making it. I don't know why. Maybe it's to release tension.
Yeah, maybe we did giggle a lot.
Why'd you do that with your nose? Do you do that a lot?
No, I don't. I do that a lot.
Yeah.
I think it's
a kind of weird. I don't know. I should look it up. Ask your parents. I bet you there's a weird.
They'll know.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird body language thing, though. It's like.
It's like a.
It's like, look at me. I am the one you should be. Pay attention to me.
Look right here.
Look right here. Don't look here or around here. Right here. I don't know. It's good though. It's good. And then you got your nails done, so it's like a little.
I painted them maybe for like the first time ever the other day, and they are already chipped.
No, they look good. You have very elegant hands. Do you play the piano?
I don't, but I wish I did.
Well, you can still learn. You're very young. You can learn to play. Yeah.
I can totally learn, but there's so much patience involved with learning how to play the piano.
Are you not a patient person?
I'm a very patient person, but I feel like it takes a lot of time and patience, you know. And I don't have.
You don't have a lot of time?
Much time, or I'm patient, but not when I have limited time. I'm like, okay, I have 2 hours. What do I want to do?
Right.
I don't want to sit still for 2 hours.
So what do you want to do if you got 2 hours? Like if I said, okay, you get 2 hours break right now, what are you going to do?
I'm going to drive to the beach.
You're going to go drive to the beach?
Yeah.
And then what? Sit down on the beach and do nothing for 2 hours?
I jump in the ocean.
You're going to go in the ocean?
Yeah.
Do you ever go diving?
No, I never. I mean, I've snorkeled, but I have never done the scuba thing.
Snorkeling to scuba diving is like, you know, it's like a Pinto to a Lamborghini. I'm telling you, it's like different thing. You know,
it scares me, the like lung compression thing and the. I mean, I want to do. It's like you flying. You know, I feel like conquer the fear, but I just have not.
I don't know if fears can be conquered. I think that's for people that don't understand the nature of fear.
That's a great. I completely agree with you. I think there's no way to become fearless, right? But you got to face your fears.
I think facing them only if it has some kind of therapeutic effect. I mean, like sometimes just facing your fears just for the sake of doing it is just absurd. It's just making yourself uncomfortable. For example, if you have a fear of shellfish, then avoid them.
Like a fear of like a lobster?
Yeah, if you're frightened of lobsters, just don't go near them.
Okay.
You know, but if you're frightened of something like flying, which is something you're going to have to do, then you're going to have to figure out a system to work.
But you can avoid the lobster.
You can avoid lobster pretty easy.
You can't avoid the plane as easily.
It
I get it.
doesn't seem that way.
I get it.
What frightens you? What are you frightened of?
Submarines, I think, would be
Submarines frighten you?
I mean, can you imagine being stuck in a metal box that, leagues
How
under
long
the
do you want?
sea?
10 years in a metal box? Yeah. Yeah, I can
You know
imagine
exactly
it.
what I'm talking
I know
about.
exactly what you mean.
You can empathize with my fear.
Absolutely. That is confined spaces?
No, not confined spaces, but I think I like Earth. You know, being in space doesn't seem interesting to me, and being way under the water, even though that I guess technically is Earth. See, it's just a completely different world. I don't want to be down there.
I think you have a search for equilibrium going on here. I think you feel there's a certain amount of uncertainty, and I think that's why you point at your nose. You're like,
all right,
I'm right here.
So what do I do? What do I do?
Well, I think you're doing fine.
Okay.
I don't think you need to do anything. I think that sometimes therapy is just a little bit of information. It doesn't have to do anything. Does it have to do something?
No.
No.
No. I think it's good observation.
Yeah, I think it's nice to know who you are. It's probably...
Oh, it's great to know.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you know who you are?
Yeah, I think so. Now, I didn't for a long time, though. I was very lost. You know, drugs and alcohol and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. You avoiding all that?
Yeah.
No. You be careful with it. You gotta be careful with it, though. I mean, people say they experiment with it. I go, no, you're not a scientist.
No. I'm like, yeah, no.
Yeah, you just gotta be watching. Especially, you're very successful, very young. You know, I've seen that before. So you gotta be careful. You know, point at your nose. Right here.
Be careful.
Do you think that that's a handicap? Like youth and success? Does it concern you, or do you feel confident about it?
No, man. I mean, I feel like does it concern me being
Does
successful?
it unnerve you, perhaps? Do you worry about success going away?
Oh, God, no. No, because there's so many things in the world to do.
God bless you, young lady.
Right?
Good for you. Yeah.
There's so many things.
Yeah.
I want to learn how to make a great cup of espresso.
Right.
There's always that to look forward
There's
to.
always that to look forward to. Good. We have to take a commercial break.
All right.
Yeah. More about violence when I was a kid. Yeah, welcome back, everyone. Shailene Woodley. They know who you are, and if they don't, that's their problem.
Nah.
Yeah, I think so. Would you ever smoke a pipe?
Yeah, actually, I have only really ever smoked tobacco out of a pipe. I know that sounds weird.
Do you solve crimes as well?
No, it's this weird thing. So I study herbalism. Which
Do you?
Yeah, which is like the study of plants for whatever, medicinal purposes. And part of that, I started studying indigenous cultures, Native American cultures, and Native Americans used to smoke tobacco as like a healing, you know, like for healing purposes.
It's probably not a good idea, really.
No, I mean, you know, everything in moderation, and I feel like, anyways. But I have some friends who grow tobacco, and so they smoke it out of a good old pipe. Yeah.
You're so cool.
It just looks cooler too.
Well, I think it looks like it looks like I'm smarter. It's like wearing kind of horn-rimmed glasses. You know, you're like, oh, that guy's smart. He ain't smart. He's just wearing glasses.
Well, you're pretty smart. I'd say you're smart.
I'm pretty smart.
Yeah, you're smart.
Not that smart though, and I'm nowhere near as cool as you. You're very cool.
I don't know.
Yeah, you're cool. I can tell. So you do this, and you do this.
Man, you're like really good at this body language.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I observe.
You are. You're a professional observer.
What's this Sherlock Holmes thing? You observe. You know, you see Holmes, you see Watson, but you do not observe. You know, you got to observe, see what's going on.
It's true. You do have to see what's...
Yeah, you have to see what's going on. You're damn right, girl. People will be taking your stuff if you don't.
It's so true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're out of time.
Okay.
Yeah. How do you want to wrap this up? Want to do an awkward pause or a bit of meditation, maybe?
Do you know how to meditate?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can meditate.
You just think, right?
That's what I do, because how do you meditate and not think?
Well, you're actually not meant to, though. That's the thing.
I know, but I don't know how. I think.
I think the first stage in meditation, my guess is that you have to not give yourself a hard time about what your brain's doing.
Exactly. You just gotta let it flow, man.
Let it happen. Observe.
Let it be.
Observe what your brain is doing.
Totally.
And then play a bit of Enya.
Yes. Yes. Oh my God, I love you.
You're really cool. I like you. There's not that many people I like when I do this job, but you're cool.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah, it's all right.
Man. You're pretty cool, too.
Thanks.
And you got great socks.
Thank you. They're tights.
You got amazing tights.
Yeah, it gets
Long
cold.
johns or tights?
No, they're tights.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I wear them for skiing.
And for talk shows.
Yeah, well, you never know. It goes downhill pretty fast around here.
How's that thinking going?
Yeah, just let it go. Let it all drift away.
Just totally surrender, man.
Yeah. Shailene Woodley, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. My first guest tonight is an extremely talented and beautiful young woman. Well, she's all right. I don't want to go over the top.
Yeah, you don't want to.
She's fine.
Yeah, she's nice.
She's a nice person.
Sure, sure.
She's so lovely. She's our new movie, White Bird in a Blizzard, is on demand and in theaters now. Please welcome the lovely Shailene Woodley, everybody. Happy to see you. You look great.
Thank you.
You do. You look like some sort of hunting 1920s lesbian.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's actually exactly what I was going for.
No, it looks great. It's a Vita Sackville West thing going on. It's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's also really comfortable.
Well, that's important.
It's so important.
Yeah, it is.
really is something to notice, because so long you wear dresses, you wear heels. You're so
Tell me.
uncomfortable.
Yeah, I know.
Right? You know all about it.
I did. You know, I did a year in the West End doing the Rocky Horror Show. I wore heels every night, danced in them.
So you know exactly what it feels like.
Oh, yeah.
It's not that fun.
It's actually not that much fun. It's fun for a year and then not fun.
Maybe like an hour.
Yeah, no, it's not
30
that much
minutes.
Fun. Yeah, no, I didn't really like it. I thought I would like being in drag, but I didn't really.
Well,
maybe I should try it again sometime just to see.
you should.
What's going on with you? Is the movie any good?
I love this movie.
Oh, do you?
I do.
Oh,
I
that's
really do.
good.
I love it because it's so different. It's one of my favorites, actually.
Well, of all time?
No, it's one of my favorite movies of all time, and I'm in it.
Yeah. What is one of your favorite movies of all time?
Well, The Goonies.
The Goonies?
Yeah.
Oh.
You don't think so?
That's the one where they find the things?
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's all right.
Maybe
I guess.
because I watched it at a time in my life when I was a child, and I thought to myself, wow, that could be me one day.
What, a Goonie?
Yeah, like I could find a pirate ship.
Have you ever found a pirate ship?
No, but when I saw the movie, I thought that there would be the possibility of that. So I think it affected
I have some
me on-
very bad news for you.
You don't think I'm ever going to find a pirate ship?
I don't know, actually. You might. It
I
depends.
might find, it might not be a real pirate ship.
I think you might find a pirate ship. I think the thing is, see, I'm interested in your career. You interest me. Very few people interest me anymore. I'm so jaded. But you do. Because you are clearly going to be an enormous movie star. And it's written all over you. And I think that what's interesting is that I don't think you'll do that forever. And that fascinates me. The last time you were here, I thought...
Act forever?
Yeah, I don't think you'll do it forever.
But there's so many things to do.
See, this is crazy to me. I'm very excited for you.
Thank you.
I think that you have a chance.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many things out there.
Right. So what will you do if you, like, let's say you do acting another 15 years, right? And you really get into it. And then, by then, you're in your, what, mid-30s, coming up on 40, and you think, I'm going to do something else. What are you going to do?
Then I have no idea. Maybe, well, I feel like I want to do everything now. See, that's my problem. I just want to do it all at once.
Yeah, no, you can't do everything at the same time.
You can't.
No. Especially Guinness and LSD.
Bad combination. Do not try that one at home.
CBS cares. No, don't ever do that.
I'm so happy to be back. Thank you for having me.
Well, no, I like you. Seriously, I do. I don't mean in a creepy, lecherous way. I mean, you genuinely, you seem like an interesting individual mind. And whilst I mean no detriment to a lot of other actresses that I talk to, that's quite unusual.
Maybe I feel really lucky because I think, honestly, and I think this is what it is, I think a lot of people get really successful sort of immediately in the industry, and I think that that's a lot to handle. Because when you're on a movie set, it's fun, and that's why you start acting. And then all of the excess of it all, like doing press for a film and stuff, it's a lot of work, and there's a lot of different opinions and things thrown at you. So I feel like if you don't have a strong foundation or a strong base to begin with, maybe it's hard to...
What do you think? Do you think there is a pressure on a young woman to conform to a stereotype, perhaps? You know, like you must weigh a certain thing, your hair must be a certain way.
I don't think it's just in this industry. I think it's in our society.
Well, you know? That's true, yeah.
Any preteen out there is looking at magazines with people who don't like...
Excuse me just a second. A magazine is an old-timey blog.
Printed on paper.
Yeah. It's like, you know, people used to say, hey, get me a magazine, would you?
All right away, sir.
Oh, what? Who's this? Who's this?
Sorry, this is Jerry. I was just waiting on the phone, sir. I'm sorry about that.
Want to talk to Shailene?
Yeah, I'd love to, sir.
Hey, how's it?
Hey, how you doing? You're real pretty. You're real pretty.
I'm wearing a lot of makeup right now.
Thanks, Jerry.
Click.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
I'm still here, sir.
Yeah, I thought you were. So, how's it? Let's continue with our therapy. We did therapy the last time. You've got a pipe too? Oh, no! Did you not? Well,
I just figured it went with the outfit.
It does. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, so.
Talk to me.
Well, are you the therapist or am I the therapist?
We can take turns.
Okay. Let's begin.
Okay.
You be the therapist first, and I'll tell you. All right. I am sexually attracted to mice.
To mice? When do you think that started?
When I was a child.
All right. Did your mother or your father have any...
They were mice, both of them.
Both of them were mice.
Well, I was adopted. I was raised by mice.
You were raised by mice, and so that's why you're sexually attracted to mice.
Well, I've sort of...
Do you feel
Not my
about
family. I'm not attracted to my family who are mice. I'm not weird.
Just third cousins and beyond.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, now I'm the therapist.
All right.
Right.
Go for it.
All right. Well, I'll be the therapist. Now you tell me.
Oh, what's going on in my life?
Well, something.
All right.
What are you afraid of?
Ooh, that's a good one. Afraid. I get consistently more afraid of flying on airplanes.
Ah, I may be able to help you there.
But I used to not be afraid, and now I am.
Yes, that's right. Correct.
So what's...
What are you afraid of when you get on the plane?
I'm afraid the plane's gonna crash.
It's not.
Okay. And if it does, then it does.
It's not going to crash. Statistically, you're safer in an airplane than you are in your bed if you're in California.
Really? That's a great statistic.
Well, because of the San Andreas fault. It's more likely that you would be hurt in an earthquake than hurt in an airline accident.
I think being hurt in an earthquake is different than dying in an airplane crash.
Dead's dead, Shailene.
Well, that's true. Yeah. It's true. It all works out and then we die.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm glad we had this talk, though.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy sports?
I love sports.
Do you really?
I love sports.
What kind of sports are you into?
Swimming.
Swimming? No! People only watch swimming once every 4 years at the Olympics. That's it. Nobody says, what are you doing? I'm going to stay in and watch the swimming. Come on!
Swimming?
Like group sport, I suppose?
No, I mean, do you actually go to swim meets and like, come on, Michael Phelps and other swimmers who I don't know of?
Like ocean swimming.
Oh, you personally swimming?
Yeah.
Well, that's different.
Oh, do I enjoy watching sports?
Yes.
No.
No, all right. So you go swimming in the
Do you
ocean?
enjoy watching sports?
No. Oh, sometimes.
Like what sport?
I don't really. It's the food I'm after.
And it's more the social environment, right?
Not even that. No, I'm very
food.
cranky loner, and now I'm a vegetarian.
So what do you eat then at sports games?
Vegetables. Are you a vegetarian? I fancy you've probably been skirting around it, though.
No, you know, I was for a while, but I feel like I need meat. But, you know, actually, you know about the blood type thing?
Yeah, I've heard of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually think that that's pretty cool, like, pretty right on. It feels right for me.
Yeah. So that's what you do?
No, I just found out that my blood type generally are the meat eaters. I'm an O positive.
My blood type are generally Gryffindor.
Gryffindor. Not Hufflepuff.
No, well, I'm sort of Hufflepuff, I guess.
I think you have a little Hufflepuff.
A little
in
Hufflepuff, I do. We have to take a commercial break.
There. Okay.
No, that's easy. Welcome back, everybody. I'm here with Shailene Woodley, and we were just discussing her embryonic fear of flying. It's starting to, it's coming in.
It's coming in.
And I'm telling you that you can. I had it, and what I did was I got a pilot's license.
Are you lying?
No, not at all.
Because that's actually, I've said that. I'm like, I need to learn how to fly just so that maybe that will take away the fear.
Yeah, it's, you know what happened was
You trick yourself in thinking that you're in control, but you're really not.
You are when you're flying the plane.
Yeah, but if you're a passenger on a commercial flight and you're
Yeah, no, you're not in control.
You're not
Then
in control.
but you
at least
desire
you feel like
control.
you know, but yeah.
Right, you desire control, so you start doing a little daft little OCD things in order
In the back of the plane.
Right, so you try and you're like, if I wear these underpants, if I do this thing, if I walk this way, if I don't walk in these cracks, if I say this thing, if I do that, all these things trying to control something.
Yeah.
Which you can't control. But if you fly in a plane, you're like, I'm going over here.
Yeah.
Do you know, it was, actually, you know the actor Kurt Russell?
Yeah.
Who's a pilot, and he was on the show once, and I told him about my fear of flying, just like yours, and he said, you're not afraid of flying, you're a control freak.
Yeah, total control.
Right, well, I think you should learn to fly.
I would love to learn to fly.
Well, I can't teach
Do you know how to sail?
I can sail a little bit, yeah.
I want to learn how to do that too.
That's much easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if it goes wrong,
You're
it's
in
not that
water.
bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Like if you go, oh, something bad might happen in half an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you fix it, you know. You could actually have a sandwich and then take care of the emergency.
Or you could swim there for a while if something
Right.
happened.
But, well, what kind of sailing would you like to... It's back to ships again. It's the Goonies for you.
It's a ship's thing.
It's the ships. That's what it is. It's a
You know,
life at
that's
sea.
actually really weird that you say ships. I always have reoccurring dreams about ships. Maybe I need to examine this ship situation. You need to be my therapist.
Well, okay, I'll get the pipe back in. What about sailors? You like them?
Do I like sailors? Yeah. I don't know that many sailors. I'm sure I
really?
would love sailors if I.
It depends on the individual sailor. Some sailors are fabulous, and others are just plain crotchety. Why? They're just not that pleasant, Shailene.
And that's all.
We should talk about the film. We should. We just said
Okay.
that you liked it. What happens in it?
So it's awesome. I think it's so neat because it's not a coming of age film, but it does follow a young woman as she becomes sort of an adult, and
That's a coming of age film, then.
It is, but there's a lot of other components involved. But what I love about it is it doesn't just focus on so many, I guess, coming of age films focus on certain aspects of it, like falling in love for the first time or getting your heart broken for the first time.
First time you do acid.
Yeah, of course, yeah, all of those things. And this movie, I feel like, touches on more than just the things that we see often in young adult films. But it follows a young girl whose mother disappears, and she has to figure out who she is while dealing with the chaos of not having a mother.
So it's a comedy, then?
It's really funny.
Yeah, really
Yeah,
fun.
it's really funny.
Now, does she disappears during a magician's trick?
Like, instead of, well, the magician puts that cloth thing in front of her.
The magic invisibility cloak? Yes. Uh-huh.
Pulls it up, she's still there, puts it back, pulls it up, she's still there, pulls it back, and then she's gone.
Then she's
time.
gone.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to see any magicians in Las Vegas?
No.
Go.
I should go.
Go.
I love magicians.
Go.
I'm like one of those people in the crowd who's like, how did they do that?
Yeah, no, go. And I think, you know, it's a shame it's closed down. You would have loved the Liberace Museum as well in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Go.
Have you been to the Magic Castle out here?
I have been to the Magic Castle,
Is
yeah.
it pretty magic?
Yeah, it's magical. It's like Hogwarts, but, you know, but just off Hollywood Boulevard.
Like bookshelves and stuff move. And
Yeah, the
stuff,
bookshelf,
right?
there's a piano that plays
I haven't
itself.
been
Like,
there.
I'm doing hands, but there's no hands. It's just the piano.
Just reacting to the
Yeah,
hands
yeah,
that
and
are
you can
there.
say things to it, and it'll play what you want.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, I don't know how that's done. They must have a guy inside that piano. I'm thinking a little person with a smaller piano.
And they're just connected.
It's like they're inside there, and the piano's there, and they say,
What did you say? You must remember this.
yeah, yeah, no, they do it. Can you play the piano?
No, I wish I could.
Well, you better get on with it then.
I know. Well, the thing with piano is I feel like, I don't know, I feel like a lot of people, parents put their kids in piano lessons when they're young, and the kids end up, that's what happened to me. I was in piano lessons for like 2 years, hated it when I was like 5.
Right.
I'm not doing it anymore.
Well, that's terribly sad.
It's not sad, it just is.
They should have taken you to the Liberace Museum before it closed down. Then you would have realized all the possibilities of a life of piano playing could bring. Holy crackers, it was fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that.
I do lovingly envy pianists though, because the way that their communication with the
I envy all artists who lose themselves in the art, don't you? Like anyone who completely...
loses themselves completely.
yes, the complete lack of ego that a true artist exhibits whilst doing the art. Like, you take,
Oh yeah, yeah.
For a movie
I thought you
actor.
meant in general always, like they just lose.
No, not
themselves.
all art. Oh, they lose themselves? Like, where am I? I was...
I was just playing the piano, and now I'm inside a piano?
No, I mean, the loss of any ego in someone who's functioning within their chosen art. Like if you see a painter work, or even a great actor at work, you see some, like look at Meryl Streep, arguably the greatest female actor of her generation, and maybe of our time. Someone who seems to have, when the cameras are turning, a lack of vanity. Something that you wouldn't think an actor, no disrespect, would have. A lack of vanity. It's just like, I don't see her getting Botoxed and pulled and teased, and she's just like...
Yeah, she's a woman, like she...
Right.
Yeah.
Right, she passes through her life. That's what I would like for you. And I get...
I would like that for me,
Yeah,
too.
I think you've got all that. There's something,
That's
you
it.
have all of that stuff. But you must be careful because this town is so full of weasels and awful satanic manipulators.
I don't live here.
You know.
So that's why I don't live here.
Oh, where'd you live? Oh, don't say the street.
Huh?
Don't say the street. People are listening.
I don't really live anywhere.
Give a general geographic area. Western United States?
The United States.
Do you walk the earth from town to town
I'm like
solving
Forrest Gump.
crimes?
I just run everywhere.
You run? Do you run?
I do like running, yeah.
Yeah, I run too.
Do you run? Mm-hmm. You sort of just get in the flow and you're like, all
I used to run even when I was drunk.
right. Even when you were drunk, you would
Even
run?
when I was drinking, I used to run. In fact, I used to run a lot.
It was probably colorful. You were probably
Yeah, I was
laughing
just
a lot
like,
when you were
oh, I gotta get out of here.
You weren't running for pleasure back then, though.
I don't even think I run for pleasure now. I think it's more a search for grace.
You run to search for grace.
I think I run for the pain.
The physical pain.
Yeah, sure.
The emotional pain.
Yeah, the feeling of exhaustion. You know what I mean?
You do feel accomplished when you...
Yeah, that feeling of I'm completely exhausted.
Yeah.
So now I can't panic.
What do you do when you feel completely exhausted?
Well, when I feel completely exhausted, I lie down. What are you doing?
I probably lie down. But like after a run, is that what you do? You run and then you feel...
I run, I lie down, I get up. You're never going to keep me down. I get up. Well, Shailene, we're out of time.
All right, man.
All right, then. So let's smoke our pipes as they play the music of Enya.
Enya, again.
We need you to go and find Smog, Baggins. All right, that's enough. We'll be right back. We'll be right back.
Fly a plane just in case I'm ever in a plane and something goes wrong. I could be like, yo, buddy, hit this button, hit that button. Like, we got this. You know, like, it's always good when
I wouldn't get in a plane unless the guy in the plane knew what buttons to press.
But don't you feel like sometimes, like, you just want to, you know, like, it's like backseat driver kind of thing. Like,
Yeah,
where you're like, oh, you know, I can help you out.
No, I tell you, the only reason I learned to fly is because I was frightened of it. And then I thought, well, if I learn to fly, maybe I won't be frightened of it. And now I'm not frightened of it as long as I'm flying the plane.
But if somebody else is...
Someone else is flying it, I'm like, hey, buddy, press that button, press that button. They're like, I got it, I got it.
It's a serious control problem.
I have.
Yeah.
Do you have a control issue?
I mean, maybe.
Let's do some therapy. All right.
All right.
Okay.
You know, my parents are therapists, so...
Your parents are therapists?
They are.
Do you know psychotherapists?
My dad was a school principal. Now he's a family therapist.
Right.
And my mom's a middle school counselor.
Wow, that's weird because therapists usually, to my mind, always have the craziest kids.
The craziest kids?
Yeah, yeah.
I know. Well, I mean, we just met, so...
Yeah,
I
but you
could be
got that kind of
crazy.
look in your eye. You got a kind of crazy, and you got that kind of thing. Like, yeah, and then you got your rattlesnake shoes. I know crazy when I see it. You think I never met a crazy woman before? You are
got me
wrong,
pinned,
sister
man.
girl.
Look how much fun you have.
I have fun here.
So amazing.
Gotta have fun when you're doing your job.
Gotta have fun,
Yeah,
man.
do you have fun when you're doing your
So
job?
much fun.
Especially like this movie you've just done. It's very sad.
It's very sad.
Very sad
But it's
movie.
also very hopeful.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
it's
it's
got sad themes.
It does have sad themes.
Sad themes.
There's sad themes in real life.
Yeah, no. But what I'm saying is that when you do a movie like that, though, whenever I've done anything like that's very serious, is a lot of giggling when you're making it. I don't know why. Maybe to release tension.
Yeah, maybe we did giggle a lot.
Why'd you do that with your nose? Do you do that a lot?
No, I don't. I do that a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's...
it's a kind of weird. I don't know. I should look it up. Ask your parents. I bet you there's a weird.
They'll know.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird body language thing, though. It's like.
It's like a.
It's like look. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the big Memorial Day show. My first guest. I'm very excited about my guest tonight, Jeff. Very excited
amazing.
indeed.
This is wonderful. Yes.
Very talented young actress. Her movie, The Fault in Our Stars, is in theaters June the 6th. June the 6th. The very exciting Shailene Woodley, everybody. Shailene Woodley.
What's going on, man?
Hey, girl, you look great. Wow, look at those shoes.
They're pretty intense, right?
Right, is that some kind of fluorescent rattlesnake thing?
I don't know. I mean, it looks like it. It's like a painted. I don't know.
It's very, very good.
Yeah.
Well done. You look great, and I like the way you sit in a chair like that to get the
Like
job
a
done.
proper lady,
That's
you know.
right.
You know what I'm
Like
talking about.
Where are you from originally?
I'm from here.
Where part? In California?
From right outside of LA. I grew up.
Thurlock?
How'd you know?
No, you can't be.
Simi Valley.
Simi Valley?
Yeah.
Do you ever hear a lot of little airplanes flying around?
No.
Because that's.
Have you been there?
Yeah. Because Simi Valley practice area is where everyone learns to fly in California.
Is that right?
Like when you learn to fly a little airplane, you go to the Simi Valley practice area.
No way.
Yeah, and everybody flies around the little planes and like, it's great.
So that's why there's so many plane crashes around where I grew up.
Yeah, kind of. Were there?
No.
Well, okay, so have you ever flown a plane?
But I would like to.
Yeah, I think you'd be good at it.
It'd be fun.
Yeah, because you go like that. You've got a kind of determined look about you.
I kind of want to learn how to.
Look at me. I am the one you should be. Pay attention to me.
Look
yeah.
right here.
Look right here. Don't look here or around here. Right here. I don't know. It's good though. It's good. And then you got your nails done, so it's like a little.
I painted them maybe for like the first time ever the other day, and they were already chipped.
No, look, you have very elegant hands. Do you play the piano?
I don't, but I wish I did.
Well, you can still learn. What you're very young. You
I
can
am
learn
young.
to play.
I can totally learn, but there's so much patience involved with learning how to play the piano.
Are you not a patient person?
I'm a very patient person, but I feel like it takes a lot of time and patience, you know? And I don't have...
You don't have a lot of time?
Much time, or I'm patient, but not when I have limited time. I'm like, okay, I have 2 hours. What do I want to do?
Right.
I don't want to sit still for 2 hours.
So what do you want to do if you got 2 hours? Like if I said, okay, you get 2 hours break right now, what are you going to do?
I'm going to drive to the beach.
Going to go drive to the beach?
Yeah.
And then what? Sit down on the beach and do nothing for 2
Not
hours?
I jump in the ocean.
You're going to go in the ocean?
Yeah.
Do you ever go diving?
No, I never. I mean, I've snorkeled, but I have never done the scuba thing.
Snorkeling to scuba diving is like, you know, it's like a Pinto to a Lamborghini. I'm telling you, it's like different thing. You know,
it scares me, the like lung compression thing and the. I mean, I want to do. It's like you flying. You know, I feel like conquer the fear, but I just have not.
I don't know if fears can be conquered. I think that's for people that don't understand the nature of fear.
That's a great. I completely agree with you. I think there's no way to become fearless, right? But you got to face your fears.
I think facing them only if it has some kind of therapeutic effect. I mean, like sometimes just facing your fears just for the sake of doing it is just absurd. It's just making yourself uncomfortable. For example, if you have a fear of shellfish, then avoid them.
Like a fear of like a lobster?
Yeah, if you're frightened of lobsters, just don't go near them.
Okay.
You know, but if you're frightened of something like flying, which is something you're going to have to do, then you're going to have to figure out a system to work.
But you can avoid the lobster.
You can avoid lobster pretty easy.
But you can't avoid the plane as easily.
I get it. Doesn't seem that way.
I get it.
What frightens you? What are you frightened of?
Submarines, I think, would be
Submarines frighten you?
I mean, can you imagine being stuck in a metal box that, like, leagues
How
under
long
the
do you want?
sea?
10 years in a metal box? Yeah. Yeah, I can
You know
imagine
exactly
it.
what I'm talking
I know
about.
exactly what you mean.
You can empathize with my fear.
Absolutely. That is confined spaces?
No, not confined spaces, but I think I like Earth. You know, being in space doesn't seem interesting to me, and being way under the water, even though that I guess technically is Earth. See, it's just a completely different world. I don't want to be down there.
I think you have a search for equilibrium going on here. I think you feel there's a certain amount of uncertainty, and I think that's why you point at your nose. You're like,
all right,
I'm right here.
So what do I do? What do I do?
Well, I think you're doing fine.
Okay.
I don't think you need to do anything. I think that sometimes therapy is just a little bit of information. It doesn't have to do anything. Does it have to do something?
No.
No.
No. I think it's good observation.
Yeah, I think it's nice to know who you are. It's probably...
Oh, it's great to know.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you know who you are?
Yeah, I think so. Now, I didn't for a long time, though. I was very lost. You know, drugs and alcohol and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. You avoiding all that?
Yeah.
No. You be careful with it. You gotta be careful with it, though. I mean, people say they experiment with it. Go, no, you're not a scientist.
No. I'm like, yeah, no.
Yeah, you just gotta be watching. Especially, you're very successful, very young. You know, I've seen that before. So you gotta be careful. You know, point at your nose. Right here.
Be careful.
Do you think that that's a handicap? Like youth and success? Does it concern you, or do you feel confident about it?
No, man. I mean, I feel like does it concern me being
Does
successful?
it unnerve you, perhaps? Do you worry about success going away?
Oh, God, no. No, because there's so many things in the world to do.
God bless you, young lady.
Right?
Good for you. Yeah.
There's so many things.
Yeah.
I want to learn how to make a great cup of espresso.
Right.
There's always that to look forward
There's
to.
always that to look forward to. Good. We have to take a commercial break.
All right.
Yeah.
I did.
More about violence when I was a kid. Yeah, welcome back, everyone. Shailene Woodley. What was that?
Yeah.
They know who you are, and if they don't, that's their problem.
Nah.
Yeah, I think so. Would you ever smoke a pipe?
Yeah, actually, I've only really ever smoked tobacco out of a pipe. I know that sounds weird.
Do you solve crimes as well?
No, it's this weird thing. So I study herbalism.
Do you?
Yeah, which is like the study of plants for whatever medicinal purposes. And part of that I started studying indigenous cultures, Native American cultures, and
Right.
Native Americans used to smoke tobacco as like a healing, you know, like for healing purposes.
It's probably not a good idea, really.
No, I mean, you know, everything in moderation, and I feel like, anyways. But I have some friends who grow tobacco, and so they smoke it out of a
Really?
good old pipe. Yeah.
You're so cool.
It just looks cooler too.
Well, I think it looks like, you know, it looks like I'm smarter. It's like wearing kind of horn-rimmed glasses. You know, you're like, oh, that guy's smart. He ain't smart. He's just wearing glasses.
Well, you're pretty smart. I'd say you're
I'm
smart.
pretty smart.
Yeah, you're smart.
Not that smart, though. And I'm nowhere near as cool as you. You're very cool.
I don't know.
Yeah, you're cool. I can tell. You do this, and you do this.
Man, you're like really good at this body language.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I observe.
You are. You're a professional observer.
What's the